This is the Sportsocracy, and we are live in the Ingles studio always, and it's time for another 3-round mock draft by ESPN Draft Nerd, Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene.
For the Go Chargers Go!
The Los Angeles Chargers. You got the offensive coordinator change now. You got.
I think this team's gonna be so damn good.
Yeah.
Now that you have not a Lombardi calling your offense,
You look at this team completely differently now.
I do, because I think Kellen Moore's a really good play caller. I think this is a really talented team that's going to take a step ahead. The defense, you're too talented to be as bad as you were at times. I mean, J.C. Jackson can physically not be as bad as he was last year.
Right.
He had one of the lowest PFF grades I've ever seen. So I think there's a lot of talent here. Now you just need to put a few pieces in place to optimize the talent, and that's what we're trying to do with the 3-round mock draft.
Let's see if they'll get back to the playoffs with this draft haul at number 22 overall. The Los Angeles Chargers in the 2023 NFL Draft could select
Dalton Kincaid, tight end out of Utah.
That's the first tight end off the board, and it's not Michael Mayer. What's happening?
Kincaid has passed Michael Mayer. His workout at the combine was just not good. People don't like how Mayer's just a little clunky. I mean, and it doesn't bother me. I have not passed Kincaid over Mayer, but if you're looking at what it is they're after, Dalton Kincaid is a really, really, really good version of Dalton Schultz, which I've already seen Kellen Moore succeed with the Cowboys. He's a great pass catcher. I mean, he's basically a receiver in a tight end's body. He blocks that way, but with Kellen Moore, that's never seemed to matter. So I've thought about this a lot, and if it's not going to be Bijan Robinson, which is who I think they want, and they could trade up for that, wouldn't shock me in the least. I think if you sit right here and make the pick, it's Dalton Kincaid. And now you have a set of weapons that are terrifying.
R.I.P. all the hopes and dreams Flostradamus once had for Donald Parham.
Oh, and Gerald Everett.
In the second round, they've got number 55 overall.
This is a guy I actually had going to them in the first round originally, and it's kind of changed a little bit over time. And it's not really because of anything this kid did. Gervon Dexter, nose tackle out of Florida. This is the big space eater that you wanted Sebastian Joseph Day to be. And look, this team was bad against the run. Gervon Dexter is not bad against the run. To me, he's a much more athletic version of Siaki Ika. But I think there is a possibility that as time goes on, he becomes a better pass rusher. I could see him being an elite nose tackle in this league. I know he's a little thin at 310. There's a phrase that you don't hear very often. But hyper athletic. I love the tape on this kid. Just an absolute freak of nature. And I think he's versatile enough to play all up and down the line, 3-down defensive tackle, nose in the 3-man front, defensive tackle in the 4-man front, really powerful. The thing that knocks him down is that he's not an elite pass rusher at this point. And there were times that he would do everything right and then get to the quarterback and nothing happened. So there's a lot of wasted movement. He just needs to be coached up. I think he really got screwed by the coaching transition, and it's not that the tape's bad. It's that there were times that the motor was inconsistent, we'll say. But the good is phenomenal. The good is he should have been a first-round pick. But he will fall here because of some lesser tape and because of there's a specific team that's going to look for him.
Potential for a steal here in the second round.
Could be one of the best picks of the draft.
Number 86 in the third round.
Rashee Rice, wide receiver out of SMU. You remember that thing I said about weapons?
Mm-hmm.
He's another one. And he is a tremendous deep threat. I know there's a lot of Charger fans that really want Zay Flowers in the first round. I just think it's hat on hat, taking it that early. I understand wanting a fourth wide receiver with how you play. I like the value better of getting one of those high-end tight ends early, whether it's Mayer or Kincaid, and then getting into this lump of receivers, because there's a good number of guys here that they just do specific things. Rashee Rice is a really good satellite player with the ball in his hands. He didn't run as fast as I thought he would. 4.51 was not – he plays faster than that. Mm-hmm. Decent size, 6'1", 205. I think he can play on the outside. I think he can play in the slot. he's just really fluid, really natural. I think he would be a good weapon for Justin Herbert. And it's not a replace Josh Palmer, because Josh Palmer's still one of the greatest receivers in the NFL.
Say Josh Palmer season, baby.
Look, Josh Palmer, dog. And every time he's gotten an opportunity.
The Los Angeles Chargers are secretly your favorite football team, aren't they?
No. I like them a lot, and they win, and my team doesn't. Mm-hmm. So secretly, I just draft players I like. I mean, and to me, I think having that extra receiver, while it's maybe not the most pressing need, you've got Keenan Allen that's getting older. You got Mike Williams that cannot stay healthy. In part, people always gristle when I say that about Mike. Well, he's only I got it. He gets dinged up a lot.
Yep.
And this would give you another weapon to where if something happened to Mike Williams, if something happened to Keenan Allen, you would have a very versatile player that's used to this kind of offense and would be able to fill a hole right away.
Well, and we don't know what's going to happen with Austin Eckler, and you said the Chargers, you could see them trading up to get Bijan Robinson.
The problem is that Austin Eckler's 28 years old and wants to be paid like a high-end running back, and most people view him as a slot weapon.
My question is, why did you not shoehorn a running back in these first
because
3
the drop-off between the drop-off from Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs to the next running back, I would rather take one on day 3 because I think there are some really good ones. Roschon Johnson. I don't need to force Devin Achane, who I think is the same thing you have in Austin Eckler. I don't need to force Tyjae Spears or Chase Brown or one of these. I don't love the running back. I like the talent. I don't like the value because you get to these guys in day 3 that I think can do the exact same thing, and you have much less capital wrapped up in them.
Okay.
For me, running back is getting to a point that there is elite, and then there's everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan Robinson is elite, and Jahmyr Gibbs is damn close. Everybody else has a role. They're all rotational, but that doesn't fix the problem that you have right now.
Well, the Chargers do have a pick in each of the next 4 rounds, so running back should probably be one of those picks.
Preferably one that can run between the tackles. If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if you just want to call me a big mulleted dipshit that does the worst Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation ever, feel free to do that in the comments. I answer all of those. We will have 2 more mock drafts coming out between now and the April 27th NFL draft that we'll cover live. We'll have the A-plus mock draft, which is 7 rounds of this is the best you could possibly hope for, the best I can conjure up. And then there will be my actual 7-round projection of how the NFL draft goes that comes out the week of the 2023 NFL Draft.
Mock drafts galore for this draftmas season here in the Sportsocracy.
I've said that a time or 2. Can you tell?
Be sure to like the video, share it out with your friends, and subscribe to the channel and follow all of our team-by-team content throughout this draftmas season.